Alrighty guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we'll be discussing the brand new killer, the Blight. All these perks, add-ons, and we'll also be discussing the new survivor, Felix Richter, and his perks. Let's just get straight into it. Alright, so we get straight into his power. His power is called Blighted Corruption. Pustular serum courses through his veins, corrupting his mind and body, it granting him unnatural physical abilities. Special ability, Rush. Press the power button to quickly rush forward. Doing so consumes a rush token. While performing rush, the Blight cannot launch an attack. Rush into a wall or obstacle in the environment to slam onto it. If the rush fails to connect with a wall or obstacle, or if the Blight is out of rush tokens, he'll enter a short fatigue state and begin recharging the tokens. Special attack, Lethal Rush. Following a slam, press the power button to launch a Lethal Rush. Doing so consumes a rush token. A Lethal Rush behaves the same as a rush, except that the Blight may launch an attack by pressing the attack button. So pretty much what that means, he starts up with 5 tokens. You click mouse 2, you bump into a wall obstacle, just say like a wall, a car, a fence, and it's like a pinball. So you can bump into that, bump off that, and actually hit somebody. Or you can do it up to 5 times the amount of tokens you get, which that can be changed with add-ons. So yeah, it's a pretty cool ability. It's kind of unique. There's not many other killers that really have this kind of ability. Alright, so his speed is 4.6 meters a second, which is pretty much 115%, like a normal movement speed. He's got 32 meter tear radius, and his height is tall. But when I played some games, he didn't seem tall. The camera angle seemed like it was Hag's height. So I'm not too sure about that. Alright, let's get straight into his perks. Dragon's Grip. After kicking a generator for the next 30 seconds, the first survivor that interacts with it will scream, revealing their location for 4 seconds, and becoming afflicted with the exposed status effect for 60 seconds. Dragon's Grip has a cooldown of 80 seconds. So I'd say this would be his best perk. So pretty much, you kick a generator, the next person who touches that is exposed for 60 seconds. So they can be insta-downed, pretty much. With a cooldown of 80 seconds, so it's a lengthy cooldown. But it'd be pretty good on mouse 1 killers, I think. Right, next perk, Hex Blood Favor. A hex that gains the entity's favor when blood is spilled. When a survivor is hit, pallets within 16 meters of your location are held in place by the entity for 15 seconds. These pallets cannot be pulled down. Hex Blood Favor has a cooldown of 40 seconds. So what this is, so you hit a survivor, and all the pallets within 16 meters cannot be used for 15 seconds. Alright, his last perk, Hex Undying. A hex which maintains the vile powers that flow throughout the trial. While Hex Undying is active, survivors within 2 meters of any totem have their aura revealed for 6 seconds. When another Hex totem is cleansed, that Hex transfers to an available dull totem, losing any tokens in the process. So just say, for example, you're running Hex Ruin, they're getting close to a totem, you can see their aura, and if they cleanse Hex Ruin, that Hex Ruin transfers to an available dull totem. So you can pretty much keep it. So it's a pretty good perk as well. Alrighty, the survivor Felix Richter. We'll go through his perks. He's got 3 perks. Visionary. You're remarkably focused on your means of escape. You see generators auras within 32 meters. Anytime a generator is completed, Visionary has a cooldown of 16 seconds. So it's kind of like Bond, but like seeing generators. So it's more aimed towards like new survivors with a cooldown of 16 seconds. Desperate Measures. You refuse to fail even during your darkest hour. For each injured hook or dying survivor, increase the speed of your healing and unhook actions by 14%. I think this is his best perk. So just say, for example, you're versing Legion, you got 4 survivors injured, you run this perk, you get 56% faster healing and unhook actions. So that's pretty insane. You can probably combine this with some other healing perks as well. And some med kits, and you can get some pretty fast heals. Alright, onto his last perk, Built to Last. You know how to get the most out of your tools. Once per trial, a depleted item will refill 50% of its charges after 10 seconds. So this one's also pretty good. So say for example you're running a flashlight or like a toolbox and you fully deplete it, and then you refill it 50% after 10 seconds after you've completely used it. So it's a pretty good perk as well. Alright, let's go on to his add-ons. He's got a range of add-ons that you can use. We'll start off with the common. The Placebo tablet slightly increases recovery speed after a rush. Foxglove slightly increases rush speed. Compound 7 slightly increases the turn rate during a rush. So I reckon this one could be decent, the turn rate. Chipped Monocle displays the target location of a slam. Automatically face the nearest survivor after a slam. So I think this is one of his good add-ons, even though it's a common. So you can bump into something, and if there's somebody close, you automatically aim to them. So it's a pretty decent add-on for a common. Shredded Notes modically increases recovery speed after a rush. Pustula at Dust slightly increases the speed at which rush tokens regenerate. So it's a regeneration one. Most of these, like the speed and the recovery stuff, all gets just get better at green. Cankerthorn moderately increases turn rate while rushing, so better turn rate. Blighted Rat moderately increases rush speed. I wouldn't say you use this one because it's kind of like Oni. Like you get super fast, it's hard to turn. So he's already pretty quick the way he is. So I'm not too sure about the rush speeds. Blighted Crow moderately increases slam duration. So pretty much like Nurse. After she blinks, she can hold it for a bit longer before she can launch again. So it's also pretty good. Umbra Assaults considerably increases turn rate while rushing. So another turn rate add-on. Rose Tonic considerably increases slam duration. That's just the better of one of the other one. Plague Bile increases the amount of available rush tokens by 1. So then you'll have 6 total. 6 rush tokens. Because 5 is the default one. Compound 21 slightly increases rush speed for each consecutive rush. So the more rushes you do, you get faster as you go for each consecutive rush. Alchemist Ring moderately increases the speed at which rush tokens regenerate. Vargo's Journal. This one's actually pretty decent. Gain the undetectable status effect while rushing. So when you're rushing, you have no terror radius and no red glow, so that's honestly pretty solid. Summoning Stone. Hitting a survivor with a lethal rush will call upon the entity to block pallets within a 16 meter terror radius of your location for 12 seconds. So this add-on is very similar to this perk. So it's pretty much like the perk built into an add-on. So that's pretty solid. So when you're in a lethal rush, you hit them, the pallets nearby get blocked for 12 seconds. Soul Chemical. Any survivor within 16 meters of a slam will suffer from the hindered status effect for 3 seconds, so they're slowed down. Adrenaline Vial considerably increases the speed at which tokens regenerate, decreases the amount of available rush tokens by 1. So you get one less rush token, which could be handy with Iridescent Blight tag. So with this one, upon using all rush tokens, your last lethal rush will put survivors into the dying state. So if you combine these two together, you can get to your last rush token, and you can insta down them with the dying state. So that's honestly one of his good add-ons. To be honest, it's an ultra rare. We'll move on to his next other ultra rare, Compound 33. When initiating a slam, reveal the aura of survivors within 16 meters of their collision location for 6 seconds. Awards 100 blood points in the deviousness category for each survivor revealed. Moderately increases rush speed for each consecutive rush. This is honestly pretty good as well. So you slam into something, and if anybody's within 16 meters, you get to see them for 6 seconds. So that's also one of his good add-ons for sure. There's also a few new offerings that we have. So Sacrificial Ward calls upon the entity to reject all offerings that alter the chance of being sent to a specific realm. This can only be cancelled if 4 identical realm offerings are played. So pretty much this blocks every single map unless you get 4 map offerings of the same one. There's also 4 more offerings. Annotated blueprint tremendously increases the chance of spawning the hatch in the killer shack if the map has a killer shack. And there's also the other one. So the Vigo's blueprint, which tremendously increases the chance of spawning the hatch in the main building if the map has a main building. So with this one, you can pretty much increase the chance of spawning the hatch in either the killer shack or the main building, if there is one. Alright, on to the last couple offerings. Bloodied blueprint reveals the aura of the basement hooks to you for 20 seconds at the start of the trial. Tremendously increases the chance of spawning the basement in the killer shack if the map has a killer shack. Pretty much increase the chance of spawning the basement in killer shack. And the other one is Torn blueprint, which reveals the aura of the basement hooks to you for 20 seconds at the start of the trial. Tremendously increases the chance of spawning the basement in the main building if the map has a main building. So it's pretty much increasing the chance of spawning basement in either the main building or the shack. So thank you all for watching. Please consider subscribing to get notified when the next upload. I also stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/EasyQuix 5 nights a week. All the links will be down below in the description. And until next time, I will see you in the fog.